Alright, now it's time to Alright, trickers and trickers. Now it's time to take a look at Eye of the Beholder. Lieutenant Daniel Kwan kills himself by jumping onto the plasma discharge in one of the warp nacelle tubes aboard the Enterprise. The only oddity being his comments about, "They were laughing at me, and I know what I have to do," before jumping. Captain Picard assigns Worf and Deanna Troi to investigate the death. Kwan's personal logs and quarters reveal no trace of depression. In fact, he appeared to be happy to spend the next few days with his girlfriend, Ensign Calloway, and only had a slight but normal dislike for his superior, Lieutenant Nara. He talked to Nara at the nacelle, but finds she had nothing against Kwan. Troi stands at the platform overlooking the plasma discharge and is suddenly washed with emotions, disorienting her. Dr. Crusher determines that her empathic senses were overloaded and suggests rest. Troi and Worf discuss that she may have been affected by an empathic echo left by Kwan, who also had weak empathic abilities. They return to the nacelle, where Troi experiences a series of visions. That of a woman backing away in fright from a red-haired man, a quint from Utopia Planitia, the starbase where the Enterprise was constructed, and later the same woman kissing another man in a closet. Worf breaks out of these visions, and they determine that they were from events 8 years ago during the Enterprise's construction. Troi is able to recognize the red-haired man as Lieutenant Walter Pierce, who was currently serving aboard the ship. Pierce had been Kwan's superior at Utopia Planitia as well. They speak to Pierce, but he claims to have no knowledge. After they leave him, Troi admits to Worf that she cannot read Pierce, and believes him to also be partially empathic. As they prepare to retire for the night, Troi and Worf fall into a deep kiss and spend the night together. Oh, golly. The next day, Dr. Crusher provides Troi with the neural inhibitor to block Troi's empathic sense to allow her to safely visit the nacelle. Worf is indifferent to Troi and instead provides her with Calloway to help. Troi, with Data on the Forge, examined the plasma conduit that Kwan was working before his death, and Troi is overcome with the same visions despite the inhibitor. She asserts that there is something hidden in the conduit. The Forge discovers a human skeleton, a sludge of a woman's body embedded in the ship, identifies Ensign Marla Finn, the woman from Troi's visions. Troi finds that Finn disappeared at Utopia Planitia before Kwan's arrival, and comes to suspect Pierce of killing her, believing the visions being from his point of view. She bids Worf to arrest Pierce, but finds Worf taking more an interest in Calloway. Troi returns to her quarters and is surprised when Pierce arrives. Fearing for her life, Troi tries to contact Worf, but discovers he is in Calloway's quarters. She races there, and is shocked to find them embraced, and they turn to laugh at her. In a fit, she picks up a phaser and kills Worf. Shocked by her action, she stumbles out of Calloway's quarters to find Pierce there. He tells her, "You know what to do." Troi agrees and races to the nacelle tube and prepares to jump into the plasma like Kwan did before she is stopped by a very much alive Worf. Troi is broken out of her vision and learns that it has only been a few seconds since she first arrived at the nacelle. Reviewing records show that Pierce, Finn, and the other man from her vision were all killed at Utopia Planitia from a plasma discharge, likely as a result of Finn seeing another man after being romantically involved with Pierce. She suspects Pierce was empathic, as she and Kwan had experienced the psychic residue from his death that still remains in the plasma conduit. With the case solved, Worf asks Troi about being surprised to see him after stopping her from jumping. She replies that she had killed him in her hallucination. When Worf inquires about who killed him, Troi clearly replies, "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned." Ooh boy. So I say this is a pretty unique episode, and again, it's just one that's unique to Trek. So overall, I give Eye of the Beholder 3 warp cores out of 5. Well, join me soon as we take a look at Genesis. So, until then, live long and prosper, everybody.